Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coding Highs. This is Rasina with you. Hope you all are doing good. So, in today's video, we are going to learn about a super useful function in Python, that is super. In the previous sessions, we learned classes and inheritance. This super function is more related to inheritance. So, I will explain this with a simple example. Imagine you are working on a project and someone has already done some part of work. So instead of starting everything from scratch, you just use what they have done and add your own stuff on top of it. That is exactly what Super helps us to do in Python. So it is something like, let's say, child class use things from its parent class. So you don't have to repeat the code yourself. So in this video, I will explain what super does and why it is useful, how to use it with simple examples, and how it works when you have more than one parent class. So by the end of this video, you will be a pro with the super function. Super is a built-in Python function that allows us to call methods from the parent class inside a child class. It is especially useful when you want to override a method but still use part of the parent class functionality. Then if you are dealing with some multiple inheritance. So here I have a class animal. So I have a function named speak, and here I'm writing a code, a common friend function, something like the animal makes sound. Okay, and I have a derived class named dog, and which is inheriting from animal. So here also I have the same function. So I am overriding the function, we can say. And here I have a message which is different from this base class print method, that is dog barks. Okay, dog barks. Now I will create an instance of this object, like dog equal to dog. Okay, this is the way we can create an instance, right? And now if I am going to do like this, you can see we can see the derived class speak function only, right? Clear? So now I want to invoke the base class function also. Okay, so in that case I can use our super function. So here I can use super, then dot, then the corresponding function name. So here the function name is speak. So now you can see super dot speak. Problem is here the function name is speak, right? So now I will run this. You can see now we are getting the output as animal make sound also. So in this dog class we override the speak method, but we also call super method to include the speak method from the animal class. Our next example is with the init method, I mean the constructor. So here super can be used with this init method when a child class needs to initialize some properties from the parent class. So here our base class is person, and inside that I have a constructor, that is our init function, and here I am passing two parameters like a person's name and age. So here we need to initialize that, so we can use something like this. Okay, now I have a derived class, I mean a child class, that named employee, I can say employee base class. So here I have an int function that is our constructor. So here, apart from the base class in the parameters, we need, if there is any extra parameters we need to have in this employee or our child class, we can mention here. So in my case here I have id to add. So these two parameters are basically for this base class and this id only for this employee class. Okay, so here I can call the super dot init method to initialize this variable to that class. Okay, so here I can pass name comma age, and then I can use self dot id equal to id. Okay, now I will create an instance of this employee class, I mean object. So here emp equal to our base class, no, our child class name is employee, right? So here I can give name, name is Amo, then age is 33, then id I can give e123. Okay, here the employee class adds a new attribute employee id. Okay, this is id. So instead of rewriting the init method again in this employee class, we can call the super dot init name comma age. Okay, to use the person's class constructor or initializer. So this avoids the duplication and makes the code more cleaner. So we will try to print this here. So employee name, employee age and employee ID we can see here now. I will run the code here. You can see we got AMU 33 and E123. So our next example is using a super with a multiple inheritance. I hope you know what is meant by multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means there will be multiple base classes and a child class. So the child class will be getting properties of multiple base classes. That means there will be multiple parent classes. Okay, so here super ensures that the methods are called in the correct order. So here I will use an example of class A, and inside that I have a init method. Here I am printing something like class A initialize. Okay, so this is the base class, I mean parent class 1. So I can write here parent 1. Okay, now I have another class, that is class B, that is our parent 2. And inside that I have the same kind of init method. Here the code is like class B is initialized. Okay, so here we have two parents. Now I am going to derive a class symbol C. Okay, and it is deriving from A and B. Okay, and here also I have a init method, the same something same like this, and here the message is C. Okay, here I am going to initialize or create an instance like this, C equal to C. You can see what is going to happen here. Like class C is initialized, this class only initialized, right? So if you want to get the base class or the parent class, you need to use this super method. So super dot init. Okay, so if you are calling something like this, you will get a code like get the output from either any one of this class. You can see we got class A initialized. So here Class B is skipped because of the method resolution or rules like MRO. That I will explain in detail in another session. So here the thing is the B class is skipped because this method resolution rules, that means MRO rules. Okay, I will just note here MRO, method resolution order. But this can vary depending on the class structure. In this code, only one parent's int method is called because of the way super works in Python's method resolution order. Like Python follows the method resolution order to decide which method to call when super is invoked in a multiple inheritance scenario. Like there are two parent classes are here, right? A and B. So this method resolution order decide which method to call when super is invoked in a multiple inheritance scenario. So here maybe if you want this both the function, I mean both the in method you want to invoke, then we can use, instead of this you can simply use something like this, like a dot init and a dot not a b dot init. If you are doing something like this, it will invoke both the functions. Okay, I mean both the initializer. So um yeah, here we need to pass self. Now you can see you will get both the A and B. To call both parent initializers or constructors you want, if you want both A to B initialized, you need to explicitly call this constructors as we did now. Okay, like this. I hope you got a clarity about the super functions. So the points I will explain again, like it follows method resolution order like MRO. Python uses a method resolution order to determine which parent classes method should be called. Okay, and it work with all methods. Like super is not just for init, you can use it with any method, and it avoid hard coding parent class names. Like using super is better than directly calling the parent class like this we did, like a dot b dot like that, right? So super will call corresponding parent class. So this makes our code more flexible, especially when we are using multiple inheritance. So you need to remember that the super function is only meaningful in child classes that inherit from a parent class. So why we are using super is, it is the first point we can say reusability, like avoid rewriting code already defined in the parent class. Next we can say maintainability, like make your code cleaner and easier to upgrade. Also flexibility, handle complex inheritance hierarchies with the easy. Okay, hope you understand what is meant by super, what super does, how to use it with simple examples, the benefits and key points to remember about super. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.